What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, One Physical Therapist Assistant. I'm back at you with another one. Another wonderful day with the legends of America. Another wonderful day with the legends of America. Hey, look, check it out. Today is Halloween, okay? It's Halloween. And of course, your facility, you want to do something nice for your residents or whatever. But it's probably a good idea. It's probably a good idea to inform your dementia patients well ahead of time. Inform them well ahead of time that you're getting ready to do something special for Halloween. You have to remind them it's Halloween, okay? When you're in a nursing home, it's easy to lose track of the time, the dates. Not everybody is watching their calendars to keep track of all of the the holidays and stuff. It's a good idea to let them know that it's Halloween and we're doing something for Halloween, all right? There's nothing worse than hanging with a dementia patient for rehab, having a nice conversation with them. They're nice and calm, they're chill, they're relaxed, they're exercising, they're having a good time. And then all of a sudden, about 8 people with full Halloween costumes just come up to them and jump in their face and smiling and talking and laughing and saying, hey, I had a patient that was scared to death. I had a patient that was scared to death. She had no idea it was Halloween. And the staff, shout out to the staff, administrator, and a few nurses and HR, and the people who ain't really doing no work. Nah, I'm just joking. They all dressed up. One dude was dressed up like Buzz Lightyear. No, not Buzz Lightyear, the cowboy from Toy Story. One lady was dressed up like a trophy, like costume, like a trophy. One lady was a police officer, full police uniform. One lady was like a big old cat, big cat makeup and all. Like, they scared my patient half to death. You got to inform them, and you got to inform them multiple times. We're getting ready to walk through, have a little parade or a little show with us dressed up in costumes because it's Halloween. It's Halloween. We're not trying to scare you. My poor lady, probably in her late 80s, man, she's scared to death. Like, you can see the fear in her eyes. Like, what is going on? Oh, man, that was funny. That was funny. Oh. Hey, yo, today is like confessional day. I ever tell y'all when people get older, they spill their worst sins to random strangers? I wonder if I'm going to be like that. I wonder if you're going to be like that. Have you started doing that yet? Just talking about the bad things you've done in life, the mistakes you've made. I guess, you learn from your mistakes and maybe you want to share. Maybe it's your way of getting that stuff off your chest. I don't know. I had a couple people today confess their alcoholism sins to me. I get a lot of that. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how much alcoholism sins people will express to you. Not necessarily sins, but just their bad experiences with alcohol. I had a guy who said he worked for the state of Delaware. The state of Delaware is called DelDOT, and he said he was a highway examiner or something. He did something on the highways, and he said he worked there for 17 years, right up until he got caught with a bottle of vodka. Right up until he got caught with a bottle of vodka, then he lost his job. I was like, man, why are you telling me this? Just met him. Got caught with a bottle of vodka and he lost his job. Needless to say, he's had a lot of trouble with alcoholism. And he was just sharing his stories with me. I was like, okay, man. I was like, well, make sure you get out of here. You leave that bottle alone. He was like, yeah, I know, but part of me thinks that when I use the bottle, if I just drink a little bit, part of me thinks that it might help my condition. I said, I don't know, sir. It's highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. Oh, I had another lady, man. She said she hanging out at the Moose Lodge. If you don't know what the Moose Lodge is, I don't really know what the Moose Lodge is. All I know is that it's a group, a club. People go to it. Bikers, I don't know, former union members. I don't know. So it's a thing. A lot of people go to the Moose Lodge. I'm sure you've heard of it. And they drink and party and shoot pool and have a good time. Well, I had a lady who was, getting prescribed some medications for pain management. Pain management, yes, those opioids, those good old opioids. And And she told me, she said, the doctor didn't know what I was doing after I took my opioids. I was like, what are you talking about? She said I was hanging out at the Moose Lodge drinking screwdrivers all night after I took the opioids. I'm like, ma'am. she was laughing about it. She was like, well, I took them a few hours before, so I figured they would wear off. She said, I figured they would wear off as the drinks start kicking in. I said, ma'am, that is not how it works. That is not how it works. Needless to say, she's had some issues with that little problem. I said, you better chill, mama. You better chill. Nice lady. He's laughing and joking about it. They just be letting it fly, y'all. They just be spilling it. Are you like that? You spill all your sins to the younger generation? I might do that when I get older, because I made some mistakes myself. I said, you better just stop. I said, I said, ma'am, you got to cut one out. If you're going to hang out the Moose Lodge, don't be popping your pills before you drink. Or if you're going to drink, don't be popping your pills. It's like, cut one off. On the days you want to hang out at the Moose Lodge. She was like, yeah, I know. She's like, I had a fall at the Moose Lodge, and she said it was two good-looking guys helped me get up. She was like, I'm glad I fell that day. She said she couldn't get up. I was like, man, you need to chill out. You need to chill out. Oh, this lady told me she lost. Be careful with gambling, y'all. Gambling is a losing woman's game, okay? You know what she told me? She was like, when you gamble, it's just you're just donating. She said, you donate to the casino? I said, yeah, you know what? You really are. She said, since 2008, she's been keeping track of her winnings and losings. Most she ever won was $1,200. Second most she ever won was $860 something. Those are her biggest wins in her gambling career or gambling hobby. But overall, she tallied it up. Since 2008, she's lost $67,000. That is a year's salary for many people. $67,000. I said, ma'am, you need to give that up. She's like, I know, but it's fun and I get to drinking and, you know. She's like, if I go back now, I'm just going to take $20 and that's it. Or I'm going to take $100 and that's it. I was like, yes, you got to do that because you are not good at this. $67,000. That's the one she said, yeah, you're just donating. That's all you're doing. You're donating. I was like, yes, ma'am. So stop the donations. Oh, man. But today, yo, simplify your life. Another reminder to simplify your life. Okay. Sweet little lady that I met way back when, maybe about a year ago, still at this facility, okay? Met her a year ago, still at this facility. When I met her a year ago, she had just went to the facility. I think she's long-term. She's complaining, saying her children put her here because she had a fall at her apartment. Children just left her here, put her here. She's mad at them, mad at the world. She wants to go back to her old place. I think she lived in a retirement community with some friends that she had. So she's mad she can't go back there. They put her here in this nursing home. They don't do things like she likes them to be done at the nursing home. So she's complaining about that. All right. This was a year ago. So I met her again. Well, seen her again today. Still complaining. CNAs tell me she's cussing her family out all the time. She's still complaining that they put her here. And then she hit me with the line that they're just waiting for me to die so they can take all my money. They're just waiting for me to die so that they can take all my money. Now, I said this in multiple videos that I read a book called Die With Zero. It's a good read, gives you a different perspective on leaving inheritances to people. Gives you a good perspective on that. Basically saying, you know, if you so really worried about leaving someone an inheritance, you've probably not done a good job of teaching them how to do for themselves, get their own, if that's a big thing to you. And there's nothing wrong with an inheritance, absolutely nothing wrong. But the book talks about Talks about what this lady is experiencing. Talks about the slowdown of money spending. The slowdown of money spending when you get older. Talks about how as you get older, actually, despite what many may think, when you get older, your expenses go down dramatically. When you get older, I'm not talking about, 50s, 60s, maybe even 70s, older. You know why? Because you've slowed down. Your spending slows down because you've slowed down. You're not able to do as much. You are not going a lot of different places, not doing a lot of traveling, not doing a lot of going to restaurants, eating out. Probably on Medicare if you're in the US, probably getting Medicare, probably getting some type of benefits, probably maybe a pension, maybe some investments. And these things are still growing. The investments and things are still growing. Okay? While your spending has gone down. The book talks about it. It's an interesting perspective. We all think we're trying to pile up, but when you get to the end of the piling up, you hardly spending it. Remember, you're downsizing. Got to downsize your stuff. You're not going on fancy cruises as much. You're not, taking a bunch of long flights, doing a bunch of spending and partying. You're not doing a lot of that. Your bills have gone down because you're not consuming as much. Might live in a paid off house, so there goes that, maybe, I don't know. So this lady who's talking about they waiting for me to die to spend all my money, it's like, well, you could have spent it. You could have spent more of it. And to be mad at them because, you think they want to spend all your money, like, what else are you going to do with it? What else are you going to do with it? I mean, a large portion of it is probably going to the facility that she's staying in, but what else are you going to do with it? Hey, y'all, I got off early today. Okay, so I'm feeling good. It is beautiful out here. It's windy. It's sunny. So the spot I'm at is not too far from my crib. So I'm going to stop and take a walk through this park. One of my favorite parks to walk through. I think I filmed this in another video. So I'm going to continue this conversation about this lady as I walk through the park. So come on with me. All right, so this is one of my favorite spots, y'all, walking through this park. I love this park. I'm just going to do about a mile. But anyway, back to my lady, man. So she is mad, thinking that the kids want to take all her money, waiting for her to die. I mean, she's older, maybe a little confused, and I get the frustration, not where she want to be in her late stages. So this is a lesson for me, y'all. It's a lesson for me. I don't know about y'all. Don't be so eager to pile up a bunch of money, because you think, you need it when you get older. When again, as you get older, you don't need as much. You don't need as much as you get older. So what's the lesson here for me? The lesson here for me is to stop hoarding. Don't be concerned about a big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Because if you got a big pot of gold, it's a good chance you're not going to need all that gold. Now, contrast, I actually had another lady today who has a different perspective on the pot of gold at the end. You know what she's doing with her pot of gold at the end? The thing I strongly counsel against. Lady from New York got the pot of gold at the end, got the house she wants, still there, in rehab for a little bit, got the pot of gold, doing her thing. You know what she does? Orders online almost every other day. I was talking to her today and she told me that she is wanting to order this jean dress. This little lady in question might be in her 80s. She wants to order this jean dress off of Amazon, Temu, one of them. I told her, I'm not a big fan of all that shopping. She told me she has 5 closets of clothes in her 80s, 5 closets of clothes. And I talked to her about the simplifying that she's probably going to have to do. I talked to her about how her daughter is probably going to be the one managing her stuff. We had that conversation and she knows, but you know what she told me? And I quote, well, when you get to the end, life is life and you want to enjoy what you got. You want to enjoy what you got. I get it 100%. and enjoying what you got to her. And she said for women, shout out to you women, she said for women, it's buying nice things. But I asked her, I said, your 5 closets full of clothes, 2-story home, she's got her clothes in all the closets in the room because empty nester, kids are gone. All the closets in the house, she's got clothes in them. And I asked her, I said, now, do you really think you're gonna be managing them clothes the older you get? I said, who's gonna manage them? She was like, well, yeah, my daughter, I know. But I like to have nice things, and I've accumulated these things over so many years, and they're just nice. I said, I get it, ma'am. But like I said in another video, we got clothes to last us for the rest. She definitely got clothes to last her for the rest of her life. She most definitely do. So again, y'all, it's one of those situations. It's one of those situations where it depends on how you look at it. Depends on how you look at it. You want to have a big pot of gold at the end, and it's just constantly growing and growing, and you can't spend it fast enough, or do you want to enjoy it? I'll tell you what I'm doing. From what I learned, from what I see, I'm definitely going to enjoy it. I don't even contribute to retirement accounts, not anymore, but I've slowed that down. Now it's more, the focus is more on individual accounts, individual taxable accounts instead of retirement accounts. Oh, I love this park, y'all. Oh, I love coming here. Let me ask y'all a question. Does that look like water to you? I swear, before I walked over here, that looked like water to me. Before I walked over here, that looked like water. That is Martian mud. That is not water, all of that. It looks like water, right? That is not water. I don't know what's going on. It's still a very nice park. I love coming through here. So yes, y'all let me know what y'all think. What do y'all think? What are y'all plans? What are y'all plans? I know it's some, I know it's some quiet money that watches the channel. What do I mean by quiet money? Nice net worths and lump sums at the end of retirement and everything. I get it. What are y'all playing? Are y'all spending it, enjoying it while you can? Or are you still saving and hoarding and piling because of fear? Because you think everything might crash, so you want to make sure you got enough? There's always that fear. Always that fear. When in reality, like I said, when you get older, your expenses decrease drastically. That's the, like I said, you in the US and you have retirement accounts, Social Security, pensions, you got all those types of things, your expenses are going to decrease dramatically. And here you are with a big old lump sum. Worried about your kids waiting for you to die. Oh man. So she was interesting to talk to, and I was hearing her out. I heard her complaints. That is so, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just so fascinated at this. I mean, there's some water, but when I look at that, I thought that was all water. That is a bunch of mud. Mud and marsh. Interesting. I'm gonna go on this bridge and see if I can see a difference in the water. So y'all, let me know your thoughts. Are you concerned about your kids sitting around waiting for you to kick the bucket? Are you going to enjoy it as much as you can? Did you teach your kids to do for themselves, be productive and responsible, productive human beings and get their own? It's a good question. Okay, it's some water. I don't know if you can see it. There's some water, but a lot of it is like muddy marsh Muddy marsh. Okay, so you look at this, it's some water, but a lot of it is muddy marsh. Muddy marsh. Still pretty to me though. I like to see the flowing of water. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Oh man. Anyway, y'all, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. I'm just speaking out loud, talking about the lessons I learned from the older adults. You know, it's funny. I get the lesson in one way from one patient, and then another patient will flip it on me and make me look at it differently. So I'm just trying to put everything together. Like I said, the lady who has the lump sum and is ordering stuff off of Temu every day, she said this is her enjoyment. This is her enjoyment. She knows she got too much stuff. She said, I know I'm addicted and I got too much stuff, but this is what I like. I know I'm addicted and I got too much stuff, but this is what I like. And I can't get out as much anymore. And I got this money, so I'm gonna spend it. And ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. That was her attitude. And I can't argue with that attitude. Okay, ma'am. I just know that I see the end and I see what the family's gotta go through. All right? And it's not really something that I want my family going through. I want my end to be a little bit more seamless instead of problematic to anybody else. And I know I'm sorry for talking about the end, y'all. I'm sorry. Can't help it. Can't help it. But anyway, y'all, beautiful day. Thank y'all for stopping through. It's your boy, One Physical Therapist Assistant. As always, make sure you respect your elders. Respect your elders. Do good deeds. Help people out whenever you get a chance. And I will holler at y'all in the next video. So look, check it out, y'all. Fun fact, I pulled up to this spot probably about 3:30, so rush hour hasn't started yet. People still at work, ready to get off. But when I pulled up to this park, there's like three cars in the parking lot, small parking lot, 3 cars. And I get out and I'm start walking the trail, and I seen all the people in here. I seen all the people, all older couples. I keep telling y'all to get out and enjoy nature, right? Get out, enjoy your nature. When you get older, you realize that's where it's at. After all the years of working, after all the meetings, the office, the desks, the bars, the casinos, the parties, the weddings, baby showers, all of that stuff, you know, all of that stuff. After all of that stuff is over, when you get older, where do you come? What my boy Thanos say in Avengers, right? Where did that bring you? Back to me. That's nature, man. After all of that stuff is over, after all of the man-made stuff, church, after all of the man-made stuff, all those years of doing that, what do you end up wanting to do? Get out and enjoy nature. So, learn from the older adults, y'all. Do it now. Do it while you're young and spry. Don't wait, man. Enjoy some nature. I'm mad at myself that I waited so long to get back to it. Because if you think about it, think about when you were young. You used to love nature. You used to love going outside, playing. Well, I don't know about this generation. The older generation. But when we were young, we used to love going outside, playing. I don't care if it was rain, slow, sleet, or hail, in the snow, in the summer, in the spring, in the fall. We love going out and enjoying nature. But then somehow, some way, we gotta go out and do stuff for this artificial thing called money. But when we get older, we want to come back to that nature. So I say, take the extra time you got and enjoy it now. That's my message today, along with simplify your life. Don't be drinking too much. Don't be gambling. Don't be going to casinos, losing your shirt. Be good. Be safe. Respect your elders. And I will holler at y'all in the next video.